You're listening to Live Music Showcase here on 88.5 WMNF Tampa. I'm your host, Ken Apperson. We're joined in studio today by, maybe I say this too much, but truly I mean it when I say it today, one of my favorite local bands here in the Tampa Bay area. No, I mean it because we have a little bit of history. That's really kind of what it boils down to.
Yes.
This is true.
We have a little bit of history.
We've entangled.
They've brought the whole crew, their whole band. They brought their road crew, the Fishes. Yep, love it. If you're on the live stream right now on Facebook, you can see everything we have going on here today. BadCameo is in the studio. How you guys doing?
Good, man. Having a good time.
I can't thank you enough for coming into studio today, for being on the show today. Kind of a last minute thing, and you guys pulled it through and you came through, and I can't wait for our audience to hear you guys. This is your first time on the radio station, correct?
Yeah, first time.
Very first time. Not the last, probably. Well, we'll see how the show goes. But, that's a joke, Londo. It's a joke. I promise.
No, it's all good.
Hyperventilating. So they're going to play a few songs for you guys today. We're going to get into some of the nitty-gritty on who they are and what they do. What's really impressive about this band is their DIY method, their do-it-yourself method of how they've found some success nationally, regionally, and locally. They've done 4 national tours in the past 9 months at this point, with more to come. I'm sure you guys are going back on the road pretty soon, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can't stay away now. You've got the bug. I love it. So we're going to talk about how they actually accomplished that. For all of you musicians out there, for all of you bands out there that are looking at touring and saying, God, it's scary. I can't do it. These guys did it. They can do it. And they're going to show you how. They're going to tell you how here in a minute. But first, I would love to hear your first song.
All right, so the first song we're going to play actually came out today. It's called Funk Train.
Funk Train!
Funk Train. So everybody, let's get on the funk train. We are BadCameo, and let's get funky. Oh, it's time to get funky, y'all. You see, when you come onto the BadCameo funk train, everybody can rap for free. You just got to be ready to get down, dirty, and mean, and get a little funky. We ride. Everybody, come on now. Woo! If you like to get down and have a train, if you like to dance and do a little swing, if you like to get up and shake that thing, we know of a party where the cool cats be. One way to get there, a secret of these streets. Many people say it's make-believe, but in the heart of the city, a train runs deep on a special mission for love, funk, and peace. Riding on that funk train, riding on that funk train, riding on that funk train. We ride all night. People dressed to the tins and looking outside. Ladies in high heels with fellas to their right. Yeah. Everybody's waiting for a funk train ride. So pull up to the station, the party will ignite. With one destination, no stops in between. You don't need a ticket, you can ride for free. Riding on that funk train, riding on that funk train. Take off your clothes, dance some more. Funk train. Oh yeah. All right, everybody. If you're at home, this is the part where you really want to get down and dirty with me. And if you want to repeat after me with a big ol' whoa after every each sentence, then do so. Because we got something funky brewing up right now. And it goes like this, y'all. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Ha! Oh, give me that funk. So, R&B gospel, 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 give me that, give me that, give me. Well, if you like to get down and have a drink, if you like to dance, do a little swing. to get up and shake that thing. Of a party with the cool cats be. There's one destination, no stops in between. You don't need a ticket, you can ride for free. Riding on that funk train. Riding on that funk train. Riding on that funk train. We ride all night.
You're listening to Live Music Showcase here on 88.5 WMNF. We're live in studio with BadCameo. I'm your host, Ken Apperson. I love the new song, guys. Love
Thanks,
the new
man.
song. That's really cool. It's a very, it's deep and insightful and philosophical. No, really. Here's the thing. No, and that's not a slight. Here's the thing. There's two kinds of music, essentially. There's the deep, thoughtful, meaningful, deep kind of stuff, which has its place. Lyrically based, yeah, all that. And then there's feel-based music, which is equally as important, because the one provides an option for people to connect with their emotions and maybe some catharsis. The other one provides an escape from the real world.
Yeah.
And it's so cool to hear you guys continuing to provide that with your music. I really like it a lot.
We like to say that, sometimes, or not sometimes, but a lot of times, the groove is king.
Yes, the groove is king. I couldn't agree more. So, first of all, name your fish. Tell me the names. Do they have names?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so the green one behind me, this is the #1 fish we've ever had.
Yep. The bass.
Yep, it was a payment for a gig way back. His name is Toss because he likes to get tossed around.
Okay.
So that's the one.
Toss.0.
The yellow one, that was from a fan here in Tampa, and that one's called Jean-Paul.
Okay.
Yeah. This red one actually is new, so we don't have a name for him quite yet, or it, sorry. And so if anyone has a good name, please let us know in the live stream.
Boom.
Oh no, fish down.
Fish down.
And then the blue.
Another fish down.
Tragic day for fish.
He's on it. That's all right.
But then the blue one on the keyboard, that's Stevie, after Stevie Nicks, Stevie Wonder. There's a lot of good Stevie musicians out there, so that blue fish is Stevie.
Sure. And then now introduce the band, who is less important than the fish, obviously. Londo, yourself.
I'm Londo. I'm on guitars and vocals, and I will be on bass for one song today.
Wow. Okay. And then we have Jeff over here on the keys.
Yep, I got keys and bass going on, so.
And we've got Dan in there in the drum room.
I'm in the drum room. I'm on the drums. I got this cool pad. I'm the hype man, and yeah.
We like to say he plays the tubs and plates.
Yes. Yeah.
And we found him on Craigslist.
Did you really?
True story.
Yeah.
What was the ad? How was it?
Take it away, Dan.
Lonely young band searching for
misconnection.
Misconnection.
Well, I was like, hey, I promise I'm good at the drums, but I don't have a drum set, so let me come over to your house and play your drums. Just don't make me play metal. And then I went to like 10 to 12 different places, and 90% of the time they always wanted to play metal, and so it didn't work out. But then I played with Jeff and a few other people. I was like, hey, these guys seem kind of weird but cool, and I was like, yeah, that's perfect. That's
weird but cool. I love that. And you've been together how long have you guys been a band?
Whew.
Our first ever show was September 2017.
Almost
so long
5
ago.
years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We started before that.
No, that's great. And like we said, you guys went on tour and seemingly kind of never came off tour. I remember reaching out to you guys like the end of last year and be like, no, man, we're on tour. We're on tour. So you guys have done 4 national tours. Now, a lot of people like to kind of fudge that term a little bit. You guys have literally gone across the country.
Yeah, we went all the way to California and back, up to New York City and back. we've been everywhere, man, like Johnny Cash said.
Yeah, so I'd love to. So you must have some crazy stories from the road.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, you want to check it?
all right, we're going to check the bass real quick. Do it. Check that bass.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
All good?
Yeah, it got a little loud for just
Yeah.
half a second there.
Yeah, it was weird. I didn't
Might have
touch
been a funny
anything.
connection. We'll see if it happens. All right, so let's hear the next song, and then I definitely want to hear some stories from the road. So while you're playing the next song, don't even focus on the song. Just focus on the craziest story you've thought of from the road.
Okay, cool.
And see if that affects your ability to perform the song.
So this next song is also going to be on our album that's dropping on August 5th.
Cool.
The album's called Friday Night Time Warp. It's just about kind of living that urban city life, little old school stuff in it. And this song is called Fast Love. And it goes like this. Always been about a quick fix, run around, hitting the licks, slip and slide in the DMs, not knowing who's gonna be next. Can't be so close to her, gotta be extra sharp. I'm in for fast love, that one night stand. I'm talking about fast love, good time, fast love. You know what I want, that fast love, good time. Oh, fast love, get with me now. And I won't beg, no, I won't plead. I won't get down on my knees. Don't make me beg, don't make me plead. Don't make me get down on my knees. 'Cause I don't wanna beg, I don't wanna plead. I don't wanna get down on my knees. 'Cause I beg, please, I need that fast love, fast love, fast love. What I got and what I give, nothing short of the best there is. Finger looking good, tender loving with a side of sweet talking. And I'ma give it to you all night long. Won't stop till the break of dawn. When you say, damn, daddy, that rocked my world. I'm out the back door. Fast love, good town. That fast love, you know what I want. Oh, fast love, good town. I'm talking fast love. Get with me now and break it down now, y'all. Yeah, get down. I won't beg, no, I won't plead, and I won't get down on my knees. Don't make me beg, don't make me plead, don't make me get down on my knees. 'Cause I don't wanna beg, I don't wanna plead, I don't wanna get down on my knees. And I beg, please, I need that fast love.
You're listening to Live Music Showcase here on 88.5 WMNF Tampa. So, the fast love.
Yes.
Does that come from maybe a story from the road that you guys
On the road, you might find some fast love.
Yeah.
All respectable and amazing time, all in all.
So speaking of the road, well, actually, I'll tell you what first. let's talk a little bit about the new album coming out in August.
Yes.
So you guys are making a huge push, and this is actually a really great tip for other bands out there to actually chart on the Billboard charts. And one of the ways that you can do that is by getting people to pre-order the album, correct?
That's right.
Yeah, we started today with pre-orders for the album, and it's been awesome. And, sometimes people will ask, oh, could you please pre-save my song, which is good, obviously, but we didn't realize that pre-orders actually really help you on getting onto the Billboard charts. And so that's our goal for this year.
Yeah, because the Billboard chart is tracked by units sold.
Exactly.
Essentially. Yeah, so if you sell a bunch of units, those numbers get tracked the day that it gets released. So it helps to boost those numbers in their tracking system.
Yeah, and we have digital downloads, CD, and for the first time ever, we actually have vinyl. That's
awesome.
Yeah, so we're super stoked.
I'm definitely going to pre-order a vinyl for
Heck
sure.
yeah. Thanks, man.
I love that. So if people want to pre-order your album, where can they go?
There's a link in our bio, and what's the link?
That link is badcameo.com/pre-save. Pre-order.
Oh, no.
Pre-order.
I was just going to
got so
compliment
used to
you on
saying
your ability
Yeah.
to say that. Say it one more time with a little more gusto. Let's
That's
hear it.
badcameo.com/pre-order.
There you go. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, so back to the rock and roll lifestyle on the road.
Yes.
You guys have done 4 tours at this point, so you're clearly enjoying it.
Oh, yeah.
Who's got an interesting story from the road that they're willing to share?
It's got to be the Utah one, right? That's pretty nuts.
That is a pretty nice one. You take it away, man.
Okay, so one cool thing about being on the road is that you have days off. And when you're out west, there's so many national parks. So we were at Zion National Park. And we checked the weather, and it was like sunny day, cloudy too, but no chances of rain. We get almost to the top of Angel's Landing, and it starts hailing. And there's a huge flood. People had to get rescued, and the
Lightning and thunder.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Hail the size of marbles.
Huge.
Bowling balls even.
It was insane. The roads were closed because there were mudslides and rocks everywhere. So we're trapped in the park for a couple hours just waiting to get out.
They had tractors pushing the mud and rocks out
Wow.
off the road. Out
It
of
was
the way.
nuts. But so we had a campsite right outside. That was for free. So we filled up our waters at Zion from a fountain and went back to our campsite, and we got horribly sick. And we had to
from the water.
From the water, because we think it got
man.
tainted from the mudslide. And we had to drive through the desert to LA for a show.
Oh,
and
man.
we couldn't even hold down water.
Wow.
AC in the van was hit or miss.
Yeah.
Driving through the
100
desert.
plus.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
crazy. And probably one of the worst days of my life as far as how I felt.
Yeah.
And we had to put on a show. We had 10 minutes to set up and sound check.
Wait. So you guys still performed?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
There's a
We did damn good, too.
yeah. People were dancing and everything, so it was cool.
Good.
Meanwhile, we were dying inside.
Wow. Okay.
There's this awesome picture our tour photographer took of me where at the end of the show I look to him and he's off stage, and there's just this sadness and pain that you can see in my eyes, somebody please take me out of this misery.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny.
It was
Man.
the toughest show we've ever played. 'Cause,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, we felt so bad.
Yeah.
Super fun day on paper, though.
Yeah.
Right, on paper. There
And a
it
good
is,
story.
Yeah.
And a good
great
story. And after all, what is life if not a collection of exciting events and stories, right?
Absolutely.
That's
What'd you
what-
learn? Don't drink the water in Utah after a mudslide.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good. All right, well, let's hear another song, and then I really want to share with the listeners a few kind of tips as far as how you guys DIY your touring, because I think that's fascinating, truly fascinating. Oh, we got a Amber alert or some kind of alert there. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay,
No, it's all good.
please.
So
take it
this
away.
next song, when we went and toured all summer long, all the way to California and back, we called it the Baby Come Back to Me tour because music was coming back, and that was the song we had released. So that's what we're gonna play now. It's called Baby Come Back to Me, and it's a funky one. Fellas, take it away. Oh yeah. I think they need a little quick freestyle, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, come on, baby. Yeah, you know how it goes. I hit the road. BadCameo, it's for show. In another rollie, baby, you know me. We can make love heavenly. It's paradise. No need to get the ice. We get sweaty and so nice. Baby, it's hot, but you know I got Everything you need, everything you want. Let's get down, let's get funky now. It's a BadCameo, the best kind of sound. Being in the retro, but in a new wave. Baby, you know you and me could say we living in paradise, we living on that fish. Alright, here we go, y'all. Days, many hours, we made love together. You know you like when fireflies dance in the midnight sky. Oh, you and I, love keeps coming in, love won't never stop. The way you make me feel, I can't get enough. And when you leave in the morning,
You're listening to Live Music Showcase on 88.5 WMNF Tampa. We're live in studio with BadCameo. Baby, come back to me.
Yes, sir.
Do you guys ever get anyone telling you that that doesn't sound like the song they're familiar with?
Well,
Baby, come back.
Oh yeah, baby come here. Yeah.
You ever get that?
But we'll take that. Assimilation with that song. That's a pretty good one.
Yours is better.
Oh,
Yeah, just
thanks,
being
man.
nice.
I'm blowing smoke, but no, it's honestly, it's very good. It's very, very good. And I like the thing that I notice about your music is that you have this the funk is king, the groove is king, groove is king. You have that consistently through all of your songs, which probably makes your live show feel really exciting just all the way through.
Yeah.
Like even when you have your lower tempo songs, it's still there. That energy is still there. It's almost like this is kind of a corny saying, but it's almost like sonic branding. It's like, that's the BadCameo sound. Yeah. That's
Thank
the sound.
you.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Yeah, I like that. All right, so again, you've been on tour 4 times in 9 months.
Yeah.
So first of all, how do you complete 4 tours in 9? How do you do that?
I'll let Dan take it away because he kind of orchestrates and I help him along the way.
Okay.
Well, yeah, how we do it is, we get in the van, we head out, we play shows. It's a good life. When we're on the road, it's good fun, staying with friends, seeing family. That's definitely my favorite part is, getting to see people along the way. But how we actually made that happen is, we just sent emails out,
Is that what it was, really?
Yeah.
Just to venues or promoters or?
We would just kind of we just made a path on Google Maps. That's step one. And, it's really easy to pick cities on Google Maps. And then I would just Google, what's a venue in this town? 15 to 20 different venues. I would send out our press kit. And then I would have to follow up a few times. You can't get down if no one responds because, they've never heard of us, especially out west. So we, just send a follow-up, remind them. And after 3 or 4 reminders, so about 5 emails total to each venue.
Really?
They'll respond and they might say get out of my inbox.
Right.
And they might say, okay, you seem persistent enough. We'll give you a shot. And, we have a good press kit. So if we can get them to actually watch our video, then, they might want us, but it's hard to make that happen, but you can do it.
So I'm hearing, I heard a couple of really important key things in that.
Yeah.
I heard good press kit.
Right.
Yeah.
Very important.
Yep.
I heard don't be discouraged by a lack of response to your first email or your second or your third or your fourth. So I heard persistency and I heard Google Maps.
Yeah.
So for 26 shows on that first tour, which was out to California and back, I probably sent around 1,000 emails.
1,000 emails.
And it took,
just cold emails.
Yep. And the cities I know, those were easier, but especially in the cities I've never heard of us, and
Sure.
we've never been there. But I just sent emails, and it was painful at the time, but it was totally worth it.
Right.
And it is worth it for band that's listening to this. You should do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay.
And you got to keep record, okay, it's the 4th email for this person and whatnot. And then, let's say we got a gig in LA. We've never played in LA.
Right.
We've got a handful of friends or something that live there. So I would go look on Instagram, hashtag LA band, LA music, and find different bands and ask them if they wanted to join the bill, even headline, and we would open for them so they could bring their fans, and then we could, get new fans via them.
Yeah, they call that gig sharing,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah, that's a pretty common practice these days. It's a smart way to kind of break into a new market.
Oh yeah.
Using another band's fan base, basically.
So we got to see so much live music too, not just play it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fun.
Made a lot of new friends, I'd bet, too.
Oh yeah.
So and then and I want to hear another song here in just a minute, but when it came to overcoming the emotional element of we can't tour, it's too much, it's too crazy, it's cross country, what are we going to do, how are we going to survive, how are we going to pay for it, how did you get past that feeling, that fear that a lot of musicians feel about the task of scheduling it and actually seeing it through? Or was that ever even a factor? Were you just nah, we're just going to do it?
We were excited, after the summer of COVID, we were, we didn't play very many shows, and we're we just want to play shows, and we're how's the best way to play as many shows as possible? Let's hit the road and we'll figure it out. We'll hit up a $60 hotel, we'll figure it out. And so that didn't really slow us down. We just kind of went for it. And the 6 weeks was our first tour. And, if you're jumping in, that's one way to do it. And so we didn't know if we were going to like it or not. We honestly didn't. We just went for it, and it was a blast.
Okay, so I want to hear another song. When we get done with that, I definitely want to hear a little bit more about where you guys come from like from the beginning, your origin story, as they
Right.
call it, you know. But let's hear another song first.
Cool. So earlier you said, groove is king, and this song definitely has groove. But this one might be the most sentimental lyrically. The song is called Healin'. It will also be on the album Friday Night Time Warp. And it's about how before you can do good into the world or for the people around you, you got to treat yourself first. Make sure you're good. And then you do really make an impact around you. So the song's called Healin'. I hope everybody enjoys it. Here we go, y'all. Should he go? And no, he's done right by everyone he knows. Words cut deep down to the bone. Words fly out even when we don't know power they hold. Oh, sing your song. No one else say. Getting used to the feeling. For the first time, I put myself first. I'm moving on with self-love. I'm moving on like a rolling stone. 'Cause you can't always get what you want. What he said, what she says, you don't need it. What he said, what she says, don't wanna hear it. What they say about me, whatever they're feeling, whoa, bring me down on the day that my soul is healing. I'm healing. I'm healing. I'm healing. What he said, what she says, you don't need it. What he said, what she says, don't wanna hear it. What they say about me, whatever they're feeling, oh, bring me down on the day that my soul is healing. And I'm healing. I'm healing. My soul is healing. I'm healing. My soul healing. Don't you know I'm healing? We're healing.
You're listening to Live Music Showcase here on 88.5 WMNF Tampa. I'm your host, Ken Apperson. We're live in studio with BadCameo. BadCameo's got an album coming out on April, would you say April 5th?
August 5th.
August. April was last month. Yeah, I think so, right? This whole year is blurring together for me.
No
August 5th, you can pre-order it. What's that link again?
That's badcameo.com/preorder.
Yeah, pre-order that.
Or go to our
sucker.
website, Instagram, Facebook, the classic link in bio.
Yeah, there you go. You can go to there. Yep, you can do all that stuff. And you can also follow them on Instagram. You can follow us on Instagram as well. All you have to do, if you're an Instagram user, it's at live_music_showcase.
Do it. Do it.
Or don't. Either way,
do it.
whatever
I'm
you
just
want.
It's available.
It's available. Yes, you can do these things. So when it comes to BadCameo, who had the first BadCameo idea? Who was the first, okay, I'm going to start a band, we're going to start a band. Whose idea was it?
I feel like we just sort of kind of drew to each other.
Yeah.
You know? A good friend of Londo and I introduced the two of us, and we kind of started jamming in his basement right after he had graduated college, and I was working in the area.
In his basement?
Yeah, a little basement jam.
Yeah.
So
Where
he
in the
played-
world was this? Because there's no basements in Tampa.
Yeah, this was up in North Carolina in
Right.
Winston-Salem. Londo and I went to Wake Forest together. And then, as Dan mentioned, we found him on Craigslist, and that was actually for a different cover band. So him and I were also jamming separately. And then, you know, we just all just sort of coagulated. And we used to have a fourth member who also went to Wake with Londo and I.
Yeah.
And yeah, it formed a beautiful partnership.
Nice. So this is a question I like to ask a lot of different bands, just because like that whole cohesive sound that you guys have, like you've done a really good job cultivating in all of your music a cohesive sound without like every song sounding the same, which is such a hard line to walk. Was that the sound from the beginning, or did that kind of evolve over time?
So the other guitarist and I, we met through a bluegrass band.
Uh-huh.
I used to play banjo in a bluegrass band at Wake Forest.
Interesting.
And so I feel like when we first started jamming together, it was more of like a cosmic country jazz thing.
Yeah, it's pretty psychobilly.
Pretty psycho.
Cosmic country
Yeah.
jazz psychobilly.
It was still kind
Okay.
of funky, you know, like there was
So
one
very marketable. That's what I-
Yeah.
With disco undertones.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So it was like everywhere.
Okay.
I used to say that we were like a rock buffet kind of band, you know, a little bit of everything.
Yep.
Yep.
But then we kind of figured out that we gravitated towards funky stuff,
Uh-huh.
like old school funk and disco, like Herbie Hancock, you know,
Sure.
that's kind of like where we want to be. And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I hear that in your left hand. Just like the Herbie and the Stevie. I hear that
Yeah.
in your bass hand on your keys.
Oh,
for
thank
sure,
you.
Dan.
Thank you. Yeah, that's one of my musical icons.
Greg, sorry. I said Dan, you're in there. Greg, you're here. I'm sorry. Anyway, and like on your social media, on your TikTok, I see you. You were jamming out to some Stevie Wonder and some Ray
Yeah.
Charles. And
Yeah, we love all that old school stuff.
I hear that in the influences for sure. But so like you were saying, that cohesive sound. You say was that including the former band member who's no longer a band member, or was that why the band member?
Yeah, I feel like we, you know, Dan and Jeff and I, we all have like, I think our favorite artists are probably from the 70s era,
Sure.
you know? But him too. It's just so happy, you know, because I started jamming with him in a bluegrass band. They're like, oh, you know, we can do this old Irish tune, but we can make it funky somehow.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
That's sacrilegious, guys.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
That's horrible. No, I'm kidding.
Irish fiddle tunes on electric guitar with drums and bass.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Magnifique.
Chef's kiss, exactly. All you need is a nice EDM beat in the background to really
Wow.
make some heads explode. Yeah. No, so as far as like the evolution of that sound, like was there a lot of like there doesn't seem like there's ever any real conflict with you guys. You guys, in addition to like your songs all having that cohesive feel, you guys all seem to have a very similar attitude as well. Like sometimes you get a band in here and like three of the guys are like, yeah, nice to meet you. And then there's that one guy who's like, yeah, I'm here. It's fine.
Yeah.
We don't see that often. It happens once in a while. But like, I don't see that with you guys. And especially like seeing your live show, like you guys are essentially like extensions of the same person when I see you guys live, you know, which is such a cool thing, especially like Dan on the drums. Like a lot of times drummers, like they're thinking about drumming. They're not necessarily thinking about that showmanship. And every time I've seen a video of you playing live or see you play live, like you always have a smile in your face. Your head is always up. You're always looking out at the audience.
Yeah.
And that,
Yeah, I gotta find the cute girls in the crowd, right?
yeah, there it is.
We're blessed to not have a cymbal basher too. Like,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
He's got that nice left hand jazz
Oh, yeah.
technique that's real nice. But so I think that that's so important for a band to have, you have stage presence. It's not all about like running around and being a psychopath on stage. You're present, you're here, and you're looking at your audience and you're connecting with them at every single chance you get.
Yeah.
And those chances are so important. And I think it's so cool to see a band really like make that a priority.
I mean, when you come to a show, if you want to listen to music, you can stay at home, have really nice headphones or speakers. When you come out to see you see a show, right? So you want the audience to interact with you and to feel like they're a part of it as well, because they're physically there. That's why we have, parts of different songs where we teach the crowd the words, or we jump into the crowd and dance with them while we're playing, and just funny stuff in between songs, so they feel like this is more than just music. It's a whole experience.
Absolutely.
It's a whole experience. I couldn't have said it better. I was in a band, years and years and years ago, and we played a show and it bombed. It was terrible. And the club owner came up to us afterwards and he said, "Hey, you know what, guys? I like your music and I like you guys. I can't book you ever again." We said, "What? Why?" And he said, "Because there's a difference between playing a song and performing a song.
Yeah.
You guys haven't figured that out yet." And it's true. It's true. And that was such a important moment in my personal career as a musician, because, yeah, if I hadn't ever learned that lesson, how many times do you guys, play a show or play with people or meet people, and you try to communicate with them again, and they don't give you that feedback. They just leave you on red. They just don't pick up the phone again,
Oh, yeah.
So that stuff is valuable. All right, anyway, let's get back to some music. Let's hear some tunes.
Right. So we just did like a heartfelt song about healing, taking care of yourself. This next song is also
Not
about
that?
healing.
Oh, okay.
It's about going out and partying and letting loose.
It's a different brand of healing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The song is out into the interwebs. We released it last year. We went on another tour called the Discotheque tour, and the song is called Discotheque. It's definitely got some like Euro house vibes to it. So
Love that. It's got the electronic drums and all of that. Yeah, I love that.
yeah, big time.
Yeah, discotheque.
Oh,
Sehr
Oh, it's
gut.
das Disco.
Ist das Disco.
Jeff and I are half Italian. We both have some European in us, so it's natural for us to like some house.
Love it. Love
So
it.
here we go, Discotheque. It's the weekend, you know where to find me. I'll be dancing my feelings out. Oh, the music is tight, feeling alright. We dance at the discotheque tonight. The music is tight, feeling alright. Dance at the discotheque. Dancing, dancing at the discotheque tonight. We're dancing, dancing at the discotheque tonight. And when I go out, I won't be back until the morning. So Mr. DJ, spin my track. Yeah. When the music is tight, feeling alright. We dance at the discotheque tonight. The music is tight, feeling alright. Dance at the discotheque. Dancing, dancing at the discotheque tonight. We're dancing, dancing at the discotheque tonight. Baby, dancing, dancing at the discotheque tonight. It's the weekend, you know where to find me. In the middle of a dance floor with all my friends. The music is tight, feeling alright. We dance at the discotheque tonight. The music is tight, feeling alright. Dance at the discotheque. Dancing at the discotheque tonight. We're dancing at the discotheque tonight. Baby, dancing at the discotheque tonight. Oh, we dancing at the discotheque tonight. It's discotheque for life, yeah.
You're listening to Live Music Showcase here on 88.5 WMNF Tampa. Man down.
String down.
String down.
I just changed these strings too.
Killing it.
Dang, tough times.
Well, go ahead and
Well,
pull-
the next
pull
song
thing
I'm
off
on,
of there.
I'm on bass, so
Even better. That's perfect. So,
Yeah.
all right. So, in the meantime, let's talk a little bit here. You've got the new album coming out. How different is the new album from your past work?
it's definitely all within the same universe, I'd say.
Okay. I like that. That's good.
We wrote all these songs. It's 10 songs starting in January 2022. Like 2 songs we had written and played live before, but like literally all of them, we wrote them together. We got to record at Clear Track Studios, which was awesome because usually everything that's available online, minus Funk Train, Jeff has recorded, mixed, and produced.
Right. I was going to say that's another way that you guys have been DIY in the past.
Yeah, and it saved us a lot of money when we didn't have much. So this time, though, we wanted to like expedite the process and also just kind of get a different flavor from having a different engineer.
Right.
We had James Forbes, who's a Grammy-nominated sound engineer, master it too, and the album is just so cool. We like
Yeah.
what do we say in the description? It's like a cosmic exploration of
modern urban nightlife.
Yeah.
A cosmic exploration of modern urban nightlife.
Yes.
Okay. Walk me through that, please. What does that mean exactly? What is cosmic urban nightlife, first of all? What does that mean?
Well, as you heard, the album is called Friday Night Time Warp, and it's sort of about that like frenzy of you're going out Friday night, you know, the work week's over, you're looking to have some fun. You sort of go into the tunnel. The weekend is crazy. You know, you're out, you're partying, you're seeing people, you're having fun, you know, you're riding the wave, and then you just kind of come out of it on the other side and you go back to normal life.
Yeah.
And we kind of wanted it to feel like that, you know, just going through that kaleidoscopic wormhole of the weekend and, you know, going out and being in the city and just sort of the chaos that embodies that.
Yeah. So I have a question for you, and this might be like a slam the brakes on kind of a question, but honestly, I'm really curious. You know, a common thing you see with people, especially musicians, and especially musicians that are like upbeat, happy style music, there are times where those musicians are kind of secretly a little bit tortured, you know, and they have that energy to compensate. Is that what we have going on here? Does anyone in the band have any deep-seated pain that they're trying to like work through in order to?
I mean, we're all human, you know, we have our ups and downs,
Yeah.
and especially like on tour when you're on the road for a couple weeks and it's getting towards the end, it's like, wow, like I just want my own bed and like a as regular as I can get sleeping schedule. And they definitely feel drained. But with that being said, like personally, and I think I speak for the band, when we step on stage, it's every time, it's, you know, that's what we live for. It is so much fun.
Any
Just-
pain melts away, you know, no matter how shitty your day is going.
even if you drank tainted water in Utah. So we do it, and it's so much fun every time.
Yeah. So when it comes to that catharsis that you get from being on stage, do you find that you, when you're not on tour, when you're not performing for stretches? Because I'm sure, like when you guys are recording, when you're writing all that stuff, you don't get to perform as much when you're doing those things. It's kind of like usually it's kind of one or the other, and also to like save your voice and everything, you try not to perform while you're recording. Do you find you almost go through almost like kind of a withdrawal when you're not getting to perform with regularity?
Yeah, seriously, we do. We get back and we're just like,
really?
what's our purpose? What are we here for? But you know, it's just a big change.
You get those cold sweat and those hot flashes. And
The post-show hangover.
Yeah, the post-show hangover.
Yeah.
So what's next for BadCameo? You've got the album coming out in August. You're going to be going on tour again. When are you going on tour again, first of all?
We're going. We also recently signed with Pivotal Touring, so now we have a booking agent. So before it was, mostly me. We all have our different roles in the band, but I was doing that, and so now we have a professional doing that, which is amazing. But we're starting in like late June. We're going a coast to coast tour over 8 to 10 weeks.
Wow.
There might be like a week off in there, but yeah, we have a big tour, and it's right around when the album's coming out. So we're so excited to show people Friday Night Time Warp, and hopefully they believe in it like we do.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I mean, they must if they're willing to work with you in the first place, right?
Yeah.
So that's awesome. All right. Well, we're getting near the end of the show here. And as always on the show, we like to give credit where credit is due. This show is very unique because there are a number of people working behind the scenes to make sure that it sounds good, that it looks good to you folks watching the live stream at WMNF's Live Music Showcase. We have Mark Perfetti as our audio sound engineer. Mr. Mark Perfetti making everyone sound spectacular.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you so much, Mark. Appreciate you. Bob Hoke is our video director.
Thank you, Bob.
Richard Stone is the post-video production.
Thanks, Rich.
Marcy Connors is on camera along with Bill Dudley. Thanks, Bill, for coming in today. Appreciate you, man. Micaiah Caldwell is our board op. She's the reason why we get out to the airwaves in the first place. Thanks, Micaiah. Appreciate you there. Pam Robinson is our audio assistant. Pam had to dip out early today, but thank you so much for everything that you do, Pam. And thanks
Pam.
so much. And congratulations on the award that you got recently here at the station. So appreciate you there. Haley Kaplan is our photographer. Bree Schumacher is our social media assistant, and I'm your host, Ken Apperson. We're here live every Friday, 2:06 p.m. Next week on the show, we have the Drainouts. The Drainouts are such a cool band. You guys know those guys?
Yeah.
Love
Another
those
trio.
guys. Another trio, exactly.
Trio.
I'm going to be out next week. I'm going on vacation for a long overdue trip to New Mexico, actually. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So DJ Spaceship from Waves of the Bay is going to be filling in for me.
Cool.
So that's our show for today. You guys want to take us out with your last song?
Yeah. This one's called Bad Situation. It's from our debut album. It's about a dream or reality. I don't know. It's up to you to figure that out. Was it just a dream? Or was it reality? I came home, I got you in a bad situation. Fans below your waist, you're dripping with that desperation. Was it just a dream? Just a dream? Was it just a dream? Just a dream? And I came home, got you in a bad situation. Oh, baby, save me from a bad dream. Well, tell me, is it reality? How could it be? Help me, help me, help me from a bad dream. Oh, pretty please. Tell me, is it reality? How could it be? Help me, help me, help me from a bad dream. Oh, please, 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 please. One time for everyone in the radio show. Two times for Ken, baby. Three times for BadCameo.